So this beer has been brewed for centuries, but today, Big Beer owns it. Anheuser-Busch owns this beer company. So let's see if that has any effect on the taste of this Belgian beer. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, for another Ruski Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you is Leffe Brune, or Brown, I'm guessing. It's a Belgian beer. This is a Belgian beer, but I'm not sure if it's a triple or a double or what kind of category it falls under. But we're gonna find that out. This is an authentic Abbaye beer, from what it says, coming in at 6.5% alcohol by volume, and an unlisted IBU, not here on the bottle. So I'm gonna leave that there for 1 second and try to find a rating or an IBU rating for this beer. Looks like it's a Belgian brown beer. That makes any sense. I guess brown makes a lot of sense there. Untapped is showing it coming in at 20 IBUs, as the website shows no IBU listing. So that's alright. We're gonna look at this beer and drink some. Very authentic sort of European styling with a nice sort of foil covered cap. So we're gonna remove the foil, or at least a part of it. Maybe not. Maybe we're gonna have some issues, but that's okay. Post-production might speed this up. Maybe I'll even, yeah, post-production will speed this up. Looking at the cap though, it's sort of, the cap's almost like rusted a bit. Yeah, like particles of rust are coming off this, so that's kind of, that's a little unsettling to me. I don't know why there would be yeah, that's rust. Or just flecks of paper. No, yeah, no, it's rusted. It's rusted a little bit on the cap, especially on the crowning of it. So that's it's a little different, a little unsettling, to be honest. But we're gonna power through this and see if that's had any issue with the beer or not. Under the cap though looks a little fine, but yeah, there are rust particles on my fingers from the top of the cap, but I don't think it's gonna be too big of a deal. Hopefully not. I'm gonna peel away from the neck. This is very crispy and crispy and brittle, unlike the bottom portion where it's not as crispy and brittle. Maybe that's just discoloration. I'm not too sure. I don't think yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks like rust, but I'm not too sure. But that's okay. We're gonna pour it into my Oast House chalice style glass. Let's see what we got. This is a 330 ml bottle. It's available in a 6-pack. I'm just gonna pour about that much in there for right now, and see what we can do with it. But as you can see, it's a very deep brown ale. Nice off-white, very light tan head on top. Very nice looking beer. I wouldn't say it's hazy. I'd say it's more clear because at the bottom you can see through it. So no real haze. Let's have a smell. Now this does smell like funky yeast. Funky yeast, a little nutty, slightly smoky almost. Nice roasted malt, some like plum notes. A little bit of white grape, which is weird coming off of a dark beer like this, but okay. I wouldn't say molasses. Almost metally. Interesting, but definitely does smell like a Belgian beer with some nuttiness, light little smoke almost, white grape, plums, and a little metal, which is kind of weird, but okay. Let's see how it tastes. It's flat. It's really flat. Flavor on it, plummy, light chocolatey, bit of nuttiness, but very sweet, like a sweet plum almost. like a sweet like juice. Very, very interesting. I don't know. I kind of got focused on that little particle that I got. I'm not sure if it's definitely not from the glass. It's a clean glass. I don't know. I got a little floaty in there. Interesting. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. I can't. It's been a long week. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Very sweet, like brown sugar sweetness. I don't know if it has demerara or sugars in it. It doesn't say, but very, very sweet beer. Looking on the glass, trying to find any particles or anything. I don't see any. Very, very interesting beer. Super sweet. As far as brown ales go. It's almost too sweet for me. It's like syrupy. I wouldn't say molassesy sweet, but almost like the same sweetness level of molasses, but more dark fruity notes than anything. A little bit of chocolate, a little bit of nuttiness, as well as some funky yeastiness going on in here as well. I don't know how I feel about this beer, and you can only buy it in a 6-pack, or at least at the LCBO that I went to, you can only buy it in a 6-pack, and that's coming in at about $15. Yeah, $15 for the 6-pack in these 3 30ml bottles. So very, very interesting. Very, very sweet beer. I kind of wish I just got one of them. But, every once in a while should be a good time. Looking on the bottle here, and since 1240. That's crazy. Leffe, strong beer, 6.5% ABV, 20 IBUs. Roasted taste ranging from bitter to caramel. Caramel makes me, oh yeah. That's it, like caramel sauce. That's pretty close. Wow. Okay. Back, let's read it. The authentic Belgian Abbaye beer. Enjoy this delicious Leffe Brune with its sweet caramel yet bitter taste. And that's it. I thought there was going to be more. My apologies. That sounded very anticlimactic. Imported from Belgium. Brewed for Abbaye De Leffe SA in Dinant, Belgium. Okay, cool. Owned by Anheuser-Busch. Return for refund, blah, 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 blah. Best before the 666, June 11th, 2019. Interesting. Cool. And a temperature rating, or the temperature that you should drink this beer at, 5 degrees. I think mine's about that. It was in the fridge for a little bit, but not too long. Again, just a really, really sweet beer. Caramelly and like sweet dark fruits, flavors that are coming to me, and it's just I don't know. It's not my style. Nice beer, just not my style. Moving over to the website now, leffe.com. You go over here and you go down to their beer tab, and you get the brown ale page. In a few words, sharp and full bodied is what they say. Body wise on this, I would say it's a medium body. Just thicker, a little bit thicker. It feels, maybe it's just because of how sweet it is, but it does feel a little thicker. There's a description. Leffe Brune is an authentic Abbaye beer, both its deep dark brown color and its full, slightly sweet flavor can be ascribed to the use of darkly roasted malt, making every sip just as exceptional as the last. Scrolling down, they have a little short story about a legendary beer, and Dinant. In 1240, in the heart of the Leffe district lies an abbey well known among the village locals. One morning, the Premonstratarian fathers, sorry if I butchered that lived in the abbey hold a meeting in the refectory on a subject that concerns all the inhabitants of Dinant. How can they avoid the epidemics that spread through contaminated water? After giving the subject some serious thought, the monks came to the idea to purify the water through a process they knew only too well, by turning it into beer. That's actually really cool. Before long, the inhabitants of Dinant have the pleasure of discovering a deep, dark brown beer, and thousands of pilgrims passing through are more than happy to sample the monk's hospitality. Leffe Brune was born. That's quite interesting, you know? Beer. Saving people's lives from infectious diseases. Cheers to that. Expert advice. Leffe Brune's soft, deep brown color and the perfect balance between its discreetly bitter yet slightly caramelized taste can be ascribed to the age-old traditions. Hints of coffee and chocolate provide the beer with an even more desirable flavor. Served in a Leffe chalice, the smooth, creamy beer head, the roasted aromas, and the spiced flavors having the ability to suspend time. Appetizers, food pairings. I like this part. Leffe Brune is a perfect beer to sample among friends while you read a good book or in front of a warm fireplace in the evening. It is also ideally paired with aperitif snack or cheese, and it goes perfectly with spicy, caramelized, or sweet and sour dishes. Leffe Brune contains 6.5% alcohol and is ideally served at 5 to 6 degrees Celsius in a beer chalice, which will allow all the flavors to come through. Very great description, great looking website. That's really cool. Got a little bit more information than I was expecting. Didn't know about the history of it, the expert advice, and the appetizers, the food pairing, stuff like that. Did not expect that coming from a Anheuser-Busch owned brewery. Or now, you know what I mean. Very, very nice. Finally, moving over to Untapped, Leffe Brune, or Brown, has been given a 3.57 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of a whopping 145,000 ratings. It's not bad. It's just really, really sweet, really, really caramelized. So cheers, everybody, on the final sip. Let's get ready to ratings. Oh, that is just so sweet. It is super, super sweet. Not my thing. Still a really good beer. Just that sweetness intensity is just way, way too much for me. Overall, Leffe Brune, or Brown, gets a solid 7 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, I like the foil. It's a good touch, but I don't know if it's rusting or if it's just particles, because under it is brown, so I'm just not sure if it's those kind of particles around there and around the cap. Kind of iffy on that. Presentation looks good though. The styling of the logo, very, very European, very, very Belgian. Looks very fancy stuff. You got a little bit of a description on the background, on the back end of the label. Best before days, perfect, and a serving temperature logo is good to see as well. But no other information, no ingredients, and no IBUs. Website looks great as well. Bigger description, history of the beer, appetizers or food pairings. I like it. I like that a lot. Very, very nice looking website. Overall presentation, you got some good, you got some bad. Overall presentation gets a solid 7.5 out of 10. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, we greatly appreciate it as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski, like I always say, crack and enjoy. Cheers. Let's avoid the rust. It is a must to enjoy a good beer, even though this is super sweet. That's okay, I'll drink it, and I'll make the most of it. Cheers!